Hello folks, I am your host, Ruben Lyman Healer. Thank you for all of your patience. We've got lots of things kicking off recently. So I've been very busy uploading my music onto Spotify, so my music is live on Spotify, so please do have a listen to that. And I've been performing at Saltaire Festival last weekend, and now I'm ready to do some channeling with you all. So if you are interested in learning about channeling, about you tapping into your intuition and going on this journey with me, because I'm intending to start from the basics and for us to both grow together. So I've been channeling for many years. I had a very good teacher and mentor, but it's not something that I've had lots of time to progress fully. Now that I seem to be reaching a good point where I can evolve spiritually and in many other ways. So please come on this journey with me. So let's get right into it. If you are new to the channel, please do consider hitting that subscribe button. You would really be helping a lot. Just hitting the subscribe button just shows YouTube that my content is valuable and people do want to watch it and people can learn from it. So this is why I do make these videos, because I want people to learn from it. There we have it. There is the bell. So you've been warned. What is channeling? What is intuition? I'm sure most people have heard about intuition, gut instincts. Everyone does have gut instincts and gut feelings about things. So everyone, no matter how skeptical they are, they do use some form of intuition. So there are some of us who try to really hone this skill because it is such a valuable skill and you can use it throughout any situation pretty much, and it does come in handy when you are in a difficult situation, or it will help you to avoid a difficult situation rather. And tapping into your natural psychic abilities, this is very good things to look to improve. Okay, out in the world, on social media, on TV, you'll come across different psychics, or even in the history books, even in modern spiritual books, you may come across books by Dolores Cannon, Derek Akora. So these are very different types of psychics or spiritualists. If you look at TV, you may come across people like the Long Island Medium. You may come across just theatrical, dramatic TV programs like Medium, but that was actually based on a real medium, Alison Dubois. But basically, so there's lots of popular psychic names out there, such as Edgar Casey, the Fox Sisters, William T. Stead. If you look at like all of these different psychic people, lots of people think, oh, that Derek Akora or Amanda Ellis, like, they have some amazing gift that only they can possibly do this, that only they can speak with spirit guides, or only they can speak with Archangel Metatron or whatever. But that isn't true. We all have angels, we all have spirit guides, and we can all commune with them in different ways, in our own special way. So this is what I want us all to become aware of and to look to develop together. Okay. So the next pointer I have for you is that we must always make sure that if we're open to use our channeling and psychic abilities, that we must always work with protection. So no matter how basic that protection is, just always make sure that we have some form of protection. So an easy way I protect myself is to wear jewellery. amulets and jewellery. So I wear my carnelian ring, I wear my Eye of Horus, orgonite pendant, stuff like that. So just wearing jewellery is an easy way to protect yourself, but there is, you probably should go further. So that is just like the basic form of protection, but I do have videos on protection, so do check out those protection magic videos, because there is lots of good stuff in there. So I'm not going to bang on about protection too much, but if you're to work with channeling and psychic abilities at any rate, you must use protection. That is very important. Okay, so another thing to be aware of is, if you don't pick up any info when you're channeling, we all have days where maybe we're not feeling it, where maybe we might be a bit stressed and a bit feeling a bit further away from spirit or our spirit guides, because that is the other thing about working with spirit. When you're working with angels and spirit guides, the ascended masters, we need to be working to raise our vibration and raise our own personal energy, whether it's spiritual, mind, body and spirit. We need to be working to match the frequencies of these higher spiritual beings. So even if we're just not working with angels or ascended masters, even if we're just working with our own higher self, so that is practically an ascended master in its own right. The higher self is a higher being, so it is very, and it's an enlightened being, it's an ascended being. So if we're to connect with our own higher self, we need to be working on ways to bridge that gap. So ways that which we do that is just eating right, sleeping right, just all of the obvious things really. So just making sure you're looking after yourself, making sure that you are setting boundaries with other people, not letting people sap your energy, overgiving. So when you love your family, when you love friends, if you want to make sure that they are looked after and provided for, but we need to make sure that we're not doing this at our own expense, because we just need to make sure we do set some boundaries. That is just for our own health and for our own good. Okay. The point that I was trying to make earlier is, if you're not picking up any information when you're channeling, so some days we may have an off day, some days we may feel like we're further away from spirit, or we're further away from our higher self, or it may be just simply that spirit does not have any relevant information to give us. So if we're asking for a certain question, or if there's a certain person who's come forward to you and they're saying, read me, see what impressions you can pick up, and if you're not picking anything up, then don't worry about it. That doesn't mean that something's wrong. That just means that there's nothing that spirit needs to tell that person right now. So don't just make things up to make yourself look better. That is a very awful thing to do. So when you're a psychic or a medium, like, some people would feel like they'd have to fill that gap and just, oh, well, I don't have anything coming through, so I'm just going to make something up for them and just fill that gap. Or even if it's something to make the other person feel better about themselves, that even though your intentions are good, it's not a good thing to do, because we all need to have spiritual integrity. So we need to hold our integrity high if we're to work with spirit and these higher vibrations. So just, if you don't have any messages coming through, then just simply tell that person, sorry, I do not have any messages coming through from spirit for you. So I'm spiritually deaf right now. I don't have anything coming through, so I would take that as a good sign that spirit doesn't have anything to tell you about, to warn you about. So maybe try again at another time, and all is well. So don't worry. And you can always use tools as well. So if you're working with channeling and developing your psychic abilities, you can use tools such as the pendulum, tarot cards, oracle cards. These are all tools which can be utilized for developing these gifts. But please know this, that those tools are there. If you want to use them, use them. But know this, that you do not need those tools to be able to channel, to be able to use your psychic abilities. Those tools are there as an extra. So you have that ability, that same level of ability to give across that same amount of information. So you may be comfortable using tarot cards or comfortable using a pendulum, but you can offer that same level of guidance and information from spirit without those tools. But they're just kind of like our safety blanket. So a lot of psychics and mediums, they would pick up whatever impressions are coming through, and they would then use the cards or pendulum to verify that, just to confirm it, really. So if that's something that you want to do, then feel free, because that brings me to another important point. We need to be careful of discernment. So this means to be aware of where these impressions and where this guidance is coming from. So is the guidance actually coming from spirit, or is it coming from the ego? So we need to be careful of the monkey brain or the ego, because the ego will tell us things which are not in line with spirit. If you're giving guidance to someone, giving across a spiritual message, and it's just coming from the ego and it's not coming from spirit, then that is not a good thing. So we always need to make sure that we're keeping the ego in check. Okay. Another thing to be aware of is grounding. So the grounding ourselves is very useful, because when, like I've been saying earlier, we need to raise ourselves up to match the match spirit, who whatever we're connecting with, whichever level we're raising ourselves up. If we're moving through the 9 dimensions, or however many dimensions they have, we're moving through the dimensions and connecting with spirit guides, ascended masters, our higher self. If we're connecting with these higher beings, then we do need to make sure we're also keeping ourselves grounded and centered at the same time. So we do need to raise our vibrations, and we do need to match them energetically, but we do need to make sure that we are holding our roots in deeply. So we're firmly into the ground, we're connecting with Mother Earth, and our roots are strong. And this just means that we're not like basically going crazy. So basically, if you're just reaching up to the higher vibrations, so like people who go too far with spirituality, so there's or people who go too far with conspiracy theories, that we do need to make sure that we ground ourselves. But this is a checklist of things to consider before channeling. So make sure that your intentions are pure, and your intentions and reasonings are pure. So make sure you're coming from a place of honesty, like I was saying, and just bear in mind that like attracts like. So if you're sending out into the universe, so if you're wanting to just impress someone for the sake of it, and you just wanting to channel for the sake of it rather than for a good reason, so like using these spiritual gifts, it should be out of wanting to help someone, so being of service to others, bringing some good into this earth. So these are what these gifts are for. So if your intentions are not pure, then if your intentions are for something completely different and not pure, then you will be attracting lower vibrations and lower beings, etc., etc. And that is a recipe for disaster. So another thing to consider is grounding and centering. So I mentioned that earlier, and I'll be coming back to grounding because I'm going to be teaching you a quick technique on using a grounding cord. So grounding and centering your energy. So this is important. So it can be as simple as just holding a grounding crystal. So grounding crystals are usually stuff like hematite, smoky quartz, like this. This is some smoky quartz. So grounding crystals. So simple as holding a crystal and just thinking grounding, 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 grounding. So another way would be to stand in bare feet upon the earth or upon the grass. So that's, or sitting down upon the earth or on a wooden floor, something like that. So these are easy ways to ground ourselves. Even lying on the grass or on a wooden floor, anything like this, these are all ways to just easily ground your energy. But discerning between the ego and guidance from spirit. So tapping. So another important thing to be aware of is we need to make sure that we're tapping into a place of awe and childlike wonder. So basically, when it comes to just when you're wanting to pick up guidance, when you're channeling spirit, just always have in the back of your mind, oh, I wonder what this is. Oh, I wonder what spirit's going to tell me today. I wonder what guidance I'm going to receive from the spirit guides, the angels today. Just, I wonder this, I wonder that. I'm feeling this, I'm feeling that. It's just always making sure you're tapping in to spirit rather than to the ego. So if you're focusing on projecting something, then you're controlling the energy and you're not receiving guidance. But if you're doing the opposite, like, I wonder what spirit's got for me today, I wonder what the angels are going to say to me today, so that is completely the opposite. So that is where we need to be. We need to be in that kind of mindset when we're channeling. Always making sure that we're balancing and grounding our energy before and after we use our spiritual gifts such as channeling or any other psychic ability. So grounding and centering, balancing our energies, etc., etc. Into the intuition and channeling, I will be making this into a series of videos. So I will go into all of this stuff much further. So another thing to bear in mind is the more questions or signs you ask spirit for, the more information and synchronicities which will come through from spirit. So just remember to ask questions, ask for a sign. If you're wanting your guardian angels or your spirit guides to give you a sign, then don't just expect to see it, ask them for it. So the grounding cord. So I've got some information to read to you here. So this comes from this book. So You Are Psychic by Deborah Lynn Katz. So I found this technique useful, so I do use this technique and I will teach it to you. So a grounding cord can be visualized as an object. So a strong rope, a column of light, a string of flowers or stars, a waterfall, a tree. The grounding cord should be plugged into your first chakra, spinning energy center, located at the base of your spine. So down at the bottom. It extends and it connects you to the centre of the earth, and of course it can pass through whatever happens to be beneath you. You can ground anywhere, even from an aeroplane. However, grounding outside with your feet touching the earth is often the easiest. While you can ground from any part of your body, I suggest grounding from your first chakra, because this is the energy centre that actually regulates the functioning of your lower body and its connection to the physical world. It is important to realise that even though this is where the connection point is located, you can easily release energy from any part of your body or energetic field, even from the top of your head. Just imagine what you wish to release within yourself, dislodging itself effortlessly from wherever it is located and immediately passing through your first chakra as if it were a drain and falling down your grounding cord until it is released into the centre of the earth. Thanks to the gravitational pull of the earth, you don't really need to exert any effort. Just let gravity suck whatever you wish to release. You don't need to know what this is, by the way. So let it be released down your cord. Once whatever you are releasing reaches the centre of the earth, it dissipates and returns to its original source. It's transmuted, so you are not polluting or hurting the earth in any way. When you release another person from your energy field, you are actually freeing their energy so it can be returned to them. You are not hurting them in any way. So back to the grounding cord. So you can't. So the easiest way is to use the grounding cord, just visualizing it, a grounding cord reaching down from the base of your spine and then just wriggling down in deep into the earth. So you can visualize multiple roots coming out from underneath you and grounding you into Mother Earth, or you can just use one simple grounding cord. So a grounding cord which goes deep down from your spine into the earth and wraps around the Earth Star crystal. So the Earth Star is like one of our lowest chakras in our energy center. So visualize our grounding cord reaching deep down into the earth, wrapping around the Earth Star crystal and drawing energy up from the earth, which then balances our energies, and we can release whatever we don't need down through the grounding cord and into the earth where it will be transmuted. Okay, so that is a simple technique for grounding cords. So I may mention some other techniques for using grounding cords in other videos, but for now that is the basic way to use a grounding cord. Okay, what is a psychic statement? So basically it's in the name. So the psychic statement is a statement which we speak before we're going to tap into our psychic ability. So before we're going to start channeling or before we're going to do a reading, I would speak my psychic statement. So I would advise you to do the same. So before you're going to do a reading or some channeling, speak your psychic statement. So basically this just, it's kind of like an on switch. So basically it just tells the universe that, right, I'm ready to do my psychic work now. I'm ready to tap into the universe, into the subtle energies. I'm ready to receive spirit's guidance and information. So that is what we use a psychic statement for. So right now I'm just going to read you my psychic statement. May spirit come through easily, for I am ready to be a conduit for love, light and truth. I am now connected with spirit and the highest quality of frequencies. Visions and spirit messages come to me now that I may use all of my psychic abilities to their full potential and for the greater good of all concerned. Come to me that I may hear the words of the angels ascended masters, ancestors, spirit guides, and the deities. So mote it be. When we say our psychic statement, we need to again go back to the intention. So thinking about the intention behind the reason for saying the psychic statement. So what is our intention? So our intention is to connect with spirit, to receive the guidance from spirit. So we're speaking the psychic statement because we're becoming ready to channel, or we're becoming ready to do a reading, something along them lines. So that is why we use the psychic statement. Okay, I'm just gonna end this video just with a small psychic attunement for you. So if you would like to receive this energy, just say yes, and just feel free to close your eyes and relax and take some deep breaths, and I will do the rest. So basically, a psychic attunement is just basically, if you think of magnets, when one magnet strikes another magnet, that when you do that repeatedly, that will then change the vibrations of that magnet so they resonate at the same frequency. So when we do a psychic attunement for each other, it helps you. So say if you're a beginner to tapping into psychic work, a beginner of tapping into spirit, and I've been doing this for quite a long time. So the psychic attunement basically is just helping to match you to that frequency, so that you will begin to resonate with spirit and that you can find your connection to spirit. So that is what the psychic attunement is for. Okay. So I've got my... Right, so I'm just going to start by using the tuning forks. Start by grounding your energy. So visualize your grounding cord, and I'm just using the smoky quartz here. So I call upon the crystal angel of smoky quartz. Please assist us in grounding whoever is watching this video. Ground them, ground their energy, help them to release whatever no longer serves their highest good, and transmute it into the earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In the name of spirit, so shall it be, and so it is. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. So feel free to stare at either of these if you want to look at something, or you can close your eyes like I mentioned earlier. So just relax, breathing. Think about your intentions. Now, so your intentions are to become attuned to spirit for the greater good, so that you can be of service to others, and so that you can gain guidance from spirit for yourself as well. That is allowed. So don't think when I say to be service of others that I mean that this isn't charmed. It's not. We're not against personal gain. So you can use your spiritual gifts for your own use as well, but the major use for it should be to help others, really. But you can, of course, you should be using it to help yourself as well. Cosmic Dragon, Dragon's Breath. Moving within and without. Give each of us the activation and attunement that is needed, no matter what step on the ladder we are at, and where our journey is at, or wherever we're going. Please give us the attunement that we need. Thank you, thank you, thank you. In Spirit's name, so be it. Spirit is welcoming you now with open arms. Welcome, spiritual seeker. Your spiritual team is behind you. The ancestors are rooting for you. The angels are protecting you. Your totems are with you, guiding you. Your higher self is open and is assisting you. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. And thank you for being of service to others. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Slowly start to bring your awareness back into the room, back into your body. Thank your angels, guides, guardians, ancestors for any guidance that they've relayed to you. Know that this is only the beginning, that we will continue to develop our relationship with these loving beings. Thank you all for tuning in to this video. So thank you. And thank you for taking this journey with me, because this is going to be quite an exciting journey. Because I've got big plans, you can believe me. I want to tap into Atlantis energies. I want to tap into the Emerald Order. So we're going to be doing lots of channeling. And sure, I've wanted to do these for myself, but I also think that other people would benefit from these energies as well. So I have been intrigued about these different energies, such as Atlantis, Lemuria, the Emerald Order. I've been very intrigued about these different energies, and I've been trying not to pick up too much information from other people on these subjects, because I want to see what comes through when I channel about it myself. So if you get me. So thank you for coming on this journey with me, and we will keep on going. So please come back for the next video, where we will continue to develop our channeling abilities. And next time I want us to tap into the crystal devis, or crystal devas. So we will talk to the spirits, the nature spirits that reside within crystals. So we'll be doing that next time. So please do bring crystal with you when you watch the next video. So thank you for tuning in, and I will let you all go, because I know I've been keeping you. So thank you, and please come again.